My name's MK, Mucktaru Kargbo. If you're not able to pronounce them, then don't use them.
No.
Just MK.
Okay.
Okay? So, yeah, I'm speaking to Ronald. Ronald asked me to come down here and just have a chat with you guys, really. I'll let you into a little bit what I'm about and where I'm from, because obviously it's the first time we're meeting. I've been in hairdressing for about 20 years now. Yeah, and I started off literally. I knew Ronald when Ronald had hair. Yeah, yeah, and yeah.
I
knew when he was an apprentice.
Yeah,
he was
literally when I started out.
Trenches.
When I started out as an apprentice, people like Ronald would never cut their hair with me. Never. Their philosophy is no, I'm not cutting it. It's not my barber. I'm not cutting with him. That's that. So when I started out, it was just a thing for me to just say, you know what, I want to change this ideology. Because being a young guy, about 16 odd, no big man wants to allow you to cut their hair. It just wasn't seen. You know, everywhere you go, it would be like, no, I know you boy cut my hair, see? Yeah? And then you just, you know, I tried be polite and I would change and I ended up getting a barber's jacket. And I got a barber's jacket and I knitted it up. And I remember one time I was working in Finesse and no one wanted to let me cut hair. So I ended up saying, right, what am I going to do? I looked at the other barbers. I saw their station. I said, you know what? I'll fix up my thing, yeah, see? Clean, you know? And I put it there and I lay it out. No one. Alright, so next day I polish up the mirror, look nice. So then thinking about, but then I have some sweets maybe for the little kids that come along, and I'll give it to the parents and say, yeah, give that to your boys. Just, you know, no one still. So I ended up getting my jacket, spray my name on it, you know, and then no one. So I thought, you know what? So I phoned my brother. I asked my brother, come in, I need you to come in. Busy time I've noticed is about 12 o'clock. Come in at 12, let me cut you, please. Don't want to do you at home no more. Come in the shop. Even if I have to give you the money to put in your pocket and then you get back to me, yeah, you're going to have to come in the shop. So he did that. I got my client straight after someone saw me cut. I started cutting. My confidence went up and that was it. And I started changing the way I was doing things. And that was the way I was from that point on. I kept everything neat, tidy, clean. Everything turned around the right way. You know, brushes, everything cleaned it up. I wanted everyone to see the effort and the care that I was taking because I needed to look 10 times better than these guys. These guys were like laying, but like a couple of tenants there, some go out smoking, some will go out, go and get 2 bed, then come back. And that was that was the climate back then. Yeah. You know, that's how it was back then. It was very, very slapdash.
No order.
But anyway, cut long story short, because it is a very long story. I could spend the whole evening talk about my life, but I won't go there. So, cut a long story short, I really just darted about looking from salon to salon, trying to find a professional place to work, and it was very difficult. I stumbled across a place where Ronald was going, a guy called Audi's Professional Hair Studio, and I didn't think I was ready to go there. I remember seeing him. He was the last place I went because he had like bow tie, waistcoat, shirt, shoes, everything polished, neat. Yeah, and this is different. See that 20 odd years ago, and his barber's doing that. And I thought, no, I'm not ready for them.
And
so I just
appointment system.
Yeah, and it was appointment system as well back then. And I just kept going around everywhere. I was like, well, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 days, so on and so on. So I was just like, you know what, we're gonna have to go in there. We're gonna have to just go in there because I can't deal with all this because everywhere was the same. People smoking weed at lunch, coming back smelling, placing bets, swearing. You're not feeling safe. Do you know what I mean? Argument breaking out all the times, and it's just like, nah, don't want that environment. So anyway, I went there, and I said to him, yeah, can I do a cut? I did a cut for him, did a good friend of mine, and he liked the cut. I ended up working there for free. 6 months, not 6 months, say about, I think about 3 months, I worked there for free. Every day, 7 days I went in there, every day, helping him, clean floor, everything. I just wanted to know what he knew. The guy was bad. When I tell you bad, the guy was bad. This guy did a competition and his model failed to turn up. So you sit down, you take the clippers, and he start cut the hair by Braille. My mouth dropped. I said, how do you know what you're doing, Brendan? He's cutting his hair with Braille. Just by feeling his own head. And the man did a straight line all the way around, and he did an arrow coming down, and then he faded the rest down. I was like, no, but wait. I said, no, I have to follow this man. I don't care what he does. I don't care how he does it. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm following this guy. So I just followed him, and I stayed there for all that, for as long as I could. And in the end, I ended up running his salon. Went from a trainee to a manager within, I think, the best part of a year and a bit, year and a half. I was managing the salon. I had 16 staff at the time, running on shift systems. You start at 8 in the morning, some would finish at 2, then others would come in at 2:30, and carry on until 8, 10 o'clock. And I used to manage that. Difficult, 17-year-old, 18-year-old trying to manage people that is old enough to be your mum and dad. Yeah, it's difficult, but you know, we kind of learn it. Anyway, through that, just carried on. He asked me to enter a competition. He'd already done competitions. He was doing competitions, and we used to get in for a group. And I used to like the fact that they used to get in as a group and do competitions and enter. So we used to do aphrodisiac and, you know, managing a team that you're doing that for. I learned so much there doing that. And I went for my own first competition, my own, and I lost. And I went again, and I lost. And I went again, and I lost. And then I won. And after that, I liked winning. I really liked winning. Like, I took the mickey out of winning. Yeah, I just kept winning all the time. How much? Holy P, if you come to my salon, I've got trophies all over the place. I don't even know where to put some of them. I don't even have space for it. You know? And I just kept going and kept going. In the end, I ended up running a salon. Got in a partnership with a friend of mine. All the enthusiasm in the world. Our minds met. He was a hard worker, grafter. We stood eye to eye. And we opened a shop. You know, quite a big shop. And it was going well for a minute. And then we both had children. Literally. Both had children near enough at the same time. And mindsets changed. His mindset changed, my mindset changed. And we didn't see eye to eye. I wanted professionalism all the way. He was like just bums on seats. I wanted all the guys to be training. Let them just do what they do. They can cut, as long as they can cut, da, 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 da. I wanted the standard that could maintain, we could be recognized for. We didn't see eye to eye. Anyway, lost that shop. Literally lost it completely. I took money out of my house to try and do it, and I lost that. You didn't even know I lost the house as well.
Well, yeah.
I've lost it all. And I ended up having to go back to my mum's, knock on my mum's door and start again. So from that point on, being at that point, I said to myself, right, this is kind of low right now. But there wasn't too many people around me to say, you know what, come on, Mox. Well, never mind. You know, you just have to sit down and think, you know what, if this is where I'm at right now, the best thing I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on my name. Because regardless of what anyone takes from me, that will still stand. Even if they take the house, the this, the that, anything. Even if I'm there living on the street, my name could still stand if I stand for something. Yeah? So I just focused on that. So I carried on, went back into competitions, carried on winning, and then got involved with sitting in guilds, Habia, which does the actual standards for the UK, and I ended up sitting on the board, working with them, working on standards, representing them, then going around doing trade shows, etc., etc. And then I thought, you know what, I need to extend this thing. So I ended up working for a clipper company. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go and see them, yeah, because there was nothing much going on. I used to work with Wall. I ended up having to leave them, technical problems I won't go into for another time. But so anyway, I tried to chase this company, Andis. 1 year I chased them every week, just under a week, under a year. I chased them every week, phoned the guy religiously. Every single day that I had off each week, I phoned him that morning. Bam. Oh, MK, we can't. Oh, MK, this went on for weeks on end, and I was just like, you know what, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So anyway, I tried to find these guys. I found that they were doing an exhibition in Manchester. At the time, my girlfriend at the time, I set my girlfriend down, sit up, I need to go and step to these guys, yeah? I need to look like I'm big shot. Don't ask me how, I'm gonna make, so I made up these name tags, put the name tags on, got her suited and booted, taught her exactly what I wanted to say, and I said, look, it's a PowerPoint presentation. When I finish this sentence, press that. When I finish that sentence, press that. So you just sit there looking good and just press that. Don't worry, I'll give you a nice title. I'll give her something like marketing director or something like that. Yeah? Little did he know, it's just my girlfriend. Yeah, at the time. So anyway, we went down there and I said to him, can I speak to your boss, Andy Wilson? Da, 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 da. And someone was like, oh, they'll go and get him. So I went to go and get him. We came back. Oh, okay, sorry. Da, 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 da. I've not been able to get that. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll just chow. In the meantime, I'm thinking, you know. But, yeah, but I know what I want, yeah? So I'm going there to speak to him. So I said to him, look, I need 20 minutes of your time to tell you why you need me. If at that point you don't need me after that, then you would have had a nice lunch on me, you would have met someone new, and then you can go about your merry way and I'll go about mine. So tried to give him an offer, he wouldn't refuse. So, because I knew at the time he wouldn't have had lunch. It was only about just before 11. So he would have been thinking about lunch because he would have opened his stand very early to get it all set up, but too early to take lunch. Anyway, so I've done that. Done the thing, got my girl, sat down, paper came over, served us the lunch, we ate the food, He was liking it, it was a nice little spread, yeah, no worries. He's enjoying that, I'm talking away, laptop turned, ping, ping, ping. At the end of that, the guy loved it. Once he loved it, had talks. 2 months later, next thing you know, I was traveling around all of Ireland, doing seminars, representing their company and selling tools. And then I ended up doing Salon International for my first year, back in like 2000 and I think 2 or 3. Yeah, and did shows, and I've been doing that show ever since. And from that show, then it got me to see other people around the world got to see me. So I've traveled around the world from here to Japan, just doing haircuts, and then telling people what I'm doing and showing off, which is what I like to do. That's what hairdressing is about, being able to show off, have your creations, and show the world who you are. Like, who are you? You know, do your best, put your best out there, and let everyone see it. So, in the salon, I look at it as the same thing. This is your stage. That's your stage, that's your stage. And the best thing about it is, you have a proper stage. People are walking past all the time. What are they seeing? What are they judging? What are they thinking? Yeah? Think about it for yourself. When you meet someone for the first time, what's the first thing you judge? Generally, we look for a story, don't we? Yeah? We look for a story. And the first thing we do is we go up and we go down. And we go, no, I'm not like them shoes, you know. When with that haircut? Yeah? So you just think, nah. Then the person might do something or whatever, or they might open their mouth and say something, nah, I don't like that. So then you move on. It didn't fit your remit. Yeah? So you've got a moral, you've got a standard, and then you choose it, and then you say, yes, I'm gonna go with this, I'm not gonna go with that. So in our profession, the question is, what are we gonna go with? What is our moral standard gonna be? Because trust me, the clients have their own moral standard. And we can't fit everybody. So my best thing is, sit down and decide which client you want. Which client do you want? If you've not done that, and you've not had a chance to sit down with them, I would suggest all of you sit down, and you sit down all together, and you just draw out your dream client. Dream client. Yeah, I want the client that does this, does this, does this, does this, where this has spends this, does this, wants to visit there. Whatever it is, whatever this dream client is, have it down. And then ask yourself, so this is my dream client. What does my dream client need to see for them to do this? Because if we want our dream man, we want our dream girl, then we have to say to ourselves, what is that partner gonna want? I might want this partner, I might want this girl, I might want this man, but how do I know they want me? What do I need to be in order to attract that particular person that I'm after, or that particular client that I'm after, or that particular husband, that particular wife? How do I have to be? So then you just start changing yourself and you start thinking, maybe I need to do this, maybe I could do this. Now we're looking at self now. Yeah? Because nothing else matters but self. Because if we're not happy with us, forget it. Doesn't matter whether clients come in, whether clients don't come in. For me standing there like, blow drying like that. That client's probably not gonna come back. I don't know what happened to them. I come here to feel good, and then you stand up there with
your face hang down and it's medium.
like say I knew something. Yeah? Now, if that's the case, then it's not going to be attracting. So, we have to smile. We have to feel inviting. We have to say, see. You have to present the chair to them. Yeah? Don't we feel nice? If you go to a proper restaurant and you spend money, yeah? I wanted to know what it was like. I thought I've been to top hotel and I've been to a top restaurant. I wanted to know what top customer service. So, you know, what's it called? The beginning with S.
the down in the West End. What's
The-
it called? I know the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Back the top of my head.
Yes, I know.
I don't watch it there.
Anyway,
I know what you're talking.
it's gonna come back to me.
Yeah.
But there's this hotel. I remember taking a no, it's not the Shard. It's a hotel where and it's got
No.
no, not the Dorchester. My sister used to work there, by the way. That is a nice place.
Yeah.
But this place, it's even like you spend for a meal for 2 people will set you back easy over 200 quid. That sort of place I'm talking. Yeah. But I took someone there because they got me a big contract in Italy, and I was like very happy with that. So treat them, you know.
Yeah.
But that was the only reason why I won't
That's
go
what
back there again.
the one of
Unless
the-
someone else get me a contract like that,
Yeah.
ain't no one seeing that place with me again.
Yeah.
For now, anyway. But anyway, the point I'm making is, I went in there just to see what it felt like, and the way that they stood and they bowed and they took the thing and they
And their little jackets and their gloves.
and I was looking at everything because when another guy came around, I had a few waiters, and when another guy came, I noticed the other guy, he laid the napkin the same way the other guy did. When he poured, he did the same thing the other guy did. He didn't stand any closer, any further. He didn't try to over. He did it same way. He asked me the same thing. The guys came and checked. You know. Now, fair enough, it might seem robotic. They all still have their own style because they still have their own voice.
Yeah.
Still have their own smile. They still have their own, demeanor, their own walk. So, although it was systemic, it still was personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it. And because of that experience, then the question is, I didn't, as much as I thought it was expensive, I didn't go away cussing. Yeah? And even though I may have said, oh, it's expensive, it was still a fantastic experience, which I probably will experience again when the money's there to frivolously just say, yeah, let me go and treat myself. That's the place. But they've left that mark in my mind for the rest of my life to say, when I'm ready to treat myself, that's the place. Someone else might say, you know what, I want to treat my missus for her birthday, What am I going to mention? That same place. Say, go there. If you want your woman to feel like this, you're going to get married and you want to say this to her, boom, that's the place, mate. Decor's nice, it's going to fit. She's going to know that something's coming. Don't know what, but something's coming, you know? So, with our businesses, how can we present ourselves? And as much as we're here under the roof, Ronald Joyce's name's on the door. Now, you may hate me for this, but you asked me to come here, so there you go. But as much as his name's on the door, yeah? Sorry, your name again? Diana.
Hillary.
Andrew.
Sorry?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Bria.
you all have your own businesses. Yeah?
Yes.
Because when you're hurting, that's your business. When you're hurting, that's your business, and so on and so on. It's not his business. Yeah? So if it's not his business to be concerned or to deal with your hurting, he may be concerned, but it's still not his business. Yeah? Which means then, if that's not his business, then you must have your own business. Yeah? We don't have to look at it as, oh, we need this shop, we need the shutters. You still have your own business. Now, your own business will come with, I don't know how you want to call it. It will come with agreements. It will come with rules, regulations. It's the same way Ronald has. There's council, there's health and safety, there's the law, there's all these other things. So he still has to comply and then pass that down to you. But at the same time, within the law of what is RJ, hairdressing, you can run your business as you see fit, as you need to, in order to make sure that you appease the RJ. That means that when RJ wants their rent money, you're ready for it. Yeah? But when you're doing what you're supposed to do, which is do that, and he wants this thing, he maybe wants this image, he likes the way you keep in the place, or then he says, you know what, I noticed that thing that you ain't gonna let nothing get shabby. This is torn, you're gonna fix that. If this is shabby, you're gonna fix that. Yeah? Because you're always on time, you're always on point, you're always pleasant, you're always getting more clients. You're helping things go. Yeah? And it's the same thing. So if there's a quiet lull, and let's say you've got a quiet lull in your column, in your calendar, in your thing. For me, personally, whether you agree or not, that's when you're meant to be at your most busiest. See, when you're not busy and you've not got clients, you've not got something to do, My question is, why? Why haven't I got something to do? Why haven't I got a client in my chair? If my job today was to come into work and work that chair, and now there's a point where I've got an hour or two, that chair's not being worked, am I to sit there and get a magazine? Am I to sit there and just look out the window? Am I to sit there and watch TV? Am I to sit there and just watch someone else? Unless I'm going to watch someone else because I need to learn something, because they're the ones that's busy. So maybe I'll learn. You know what, better still, let me get up and go and help them. Let me make them more efficient. Let me listen to what they're saying. Let me see what they're doing. Let me see how they're dealing with their clientele. What are they talking about? What are they learning? What are they doing? There might be something that they're doing that's keeping them with the high clientele and not yourself. So we learn from that and we take that and we use it. It could be the fact that maybe every time they come in, they always smile, they always do something. That's it. Whatever that person's confident in doing or they're successful in doing, copy it, take it. Ain't no crime. Yeah? Because it's still your business once you take it. It's still going to be you presenting it once you do it. Yeah? And once that person's done well and they're doing well, if you're still there, they're not going to business about you unless you're the one that's pulling them down. No one likes to be pulled down from nobody, whether it's friend, foe, family or not. Yeah? And you'll only come to a point where you just decide to say, you know what, I've had enough. I'm done. So, what is that point of I'm done? Where is that line? Where's that line going to be drawn? If that line is over there and you say that's the line that's drawn, you just say, okay, that's my line. Now I'm not going to let no one draw that. That's your moral and standard, isn't it? Yeah? I'm not going to allow no one to slap me in my face. I'm going to get up, I'm going to slap them back. Or whatever you might have, yeah? Whatever your moral principle might be on that. But there will be a line that you won't allow no one to cross with you, yeah? That would be your moral standard. So the question is, do I have to wait for my business to slap me in my face before I go and do something? Why don't I preempt the fact that I don't want anyone to slap me in my face and I don't want anyone to ever feel that they need to? So that way, I'll conduct myself a certain way, I'll do my best to be a certain way, I'll smile, I'll be courteous, I'll be this, I'll be that, because I want to avoid any confrontation whatsoever. So that same principle could still be used within your business. I don't want to wait for my pocket to be dry and someone to be knocking on my door telling me that they own it now, or I need to get out, or whatever the case may be, before I get up and decide to do something and say, right, it's time to go, it's time to get up. Where's the motivation going to be? When's that motivation going to be to get up? Do I always have to wait for something to slap me, to move? We've all done it. How many of us have done that? We sit down and, we wake up under a table, not of our own choosing, and then we go, oh, damn. I need to get up, 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 I need to get up. And you do it. Then you get back on your horse and you're doing all right and you're doing the cool. And all of a sudden you're back under the table again. And oh my God, again. So you get up, you get up, you get up, you get up, you get up. And for some reason you're still back under the table. Yeah? But the question is, we have to ask ourselves, not get back up on the table, is why are we getting under the table? What is it that I'm not seeing? What is it that I'm not doing? Yeah? So whether it's a question of, do I need to come together with other people? Is it the people I'm around? Is it the conversation I'm having? Is there a pattern here? Yeah? So it boils down to, as much as we still have to check ourselves, we've got to check everything that's going on around us. Our environment can affect us as well. Yeah? That's why it's not only important that Ronald does a good job, it's important that you do a good job. Because if you sit down waiting on him, you don't know what his business is. Yeah? The same way he don't know your business. Yeah? Because it's not his business to know your business. Some would say it is. Yeah? But in terms of what's going to give you that motivation to get up and go, we don't know what his moral threshold is. What's that point where he's going to say, I'm done? What's your point he's going to say, I'm done? He needs to know that about you as much as you need to know that about him. Because if that's not what you're wanting, you need to make sure that you're preventing that from happening. So you put yourself in that position where that conversation ain't happening. We're focused on where we're going. And that's it. If I was to ask you a question, and we want to go from here to Brixton, what would you think would be the most important thing about that journey for us to make it to Brixton?
Plan.
No.
Gas money.
Sorry?
Gas money.
Guess money? No.
No, where are you
What
going?
are we gonna do when we get there?
Sorry?
What are you gonna do when you get there?
No.
I don't know.
Good TFL planner, route planner.
Yeah, TFL planner. That'll be a
What's
good
that,
one.
sorry? I didn't hear that.
As I say, if you want to go
Who
from
said that?
if you want to go from one point, if you want to go from one point to another point.
The
Yeah?
reason for going.
Sorry?
The reason for going.
Yeah, reason for going. Yeah, I would agree with that, but no.
No?
No. And if we want to go from one point to Brixton.
But you're gonna plan your journey.
Sorry?
Your time.
Yep, plan
Right.
the journey, that's important. Yep, but no. Anything anyone else?
What are you going to Brixton to do? It's a big place.
Okay, let's go to Scotland.
Look nice.
No, it's prettier, yeah? Let's paint a better picture. Let's go to Scotland. Yeah? What do you think would be the most important thing about that journey?
To plan your journey.
Plan it, yeah?
Why you're going?
Yeah, where are you going?
Getting there.
Sorry?
And what am I gonna get out of it when I get there?
Yeah? Yeah? True, but no.
To get from point A to B.
Yeah.
What was that?
To get from point A to B. I was just asking the
Oh,
question
right.
again.
Because yes, candidly, it's very important to know.
The purpose.
No, it's good to know the purpose, right? Yeah? Because the purpose allows you to what? Prepare, etc., etc., yeah. But most important thing, before we set off, one thing we have to know.
Presenting
Why are we
ourselves,
going there?
No.
presenting ourselves to who we're going to see for that right person that we need to.
Means preparation.
Preparation. Yeah, no.
It's
This is
not
one of these
preparation.
things that just goes over all our heads.
Your mindset.
Yeah, your mindset, you could say your mindset, and I would not disagree with you. I've not disagreed with none of you said, but I do. Because it's not the most important thing.
Smile.
Yeah, we could say smile. Yeah, that would be a good thing. That would be helpful. Maybe no one would want to go with you if you didn't. Yeah? But the most important thing about any journey that we have to make is to know exactly where we are. To know exactly where we are.
That's true.
Because there's no journey that we can make without knowing exactly where we are. Because if we don't know exactly where we are, we will never prepare for it. And you will never get there, because if we don't know right now we're in Wood Green, how the hell we get into Brixton?
The starting point.
Yeah.
Don't know. This, you're just gonna be like that. So we need to establish exactly where we are. So we've got to look at ourselves and say, okay, this is where I am. I have this, I have this, I have this. So you might have to look at all your attributes. I've got this going for me, this. Now I would personally say, and what is a good thing to do, is write them down. Just write them down. And you've probably heard this many a times. But I tell you one thing that you probably haven't heard. Yeah? Write them down and tear them out. Yeah? I can say this about all of you, and I guarantee I'm going to be right. Yeah? The most experienced skill that you have is hand-eye coordination. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah.
You need it to be a lady.
Yeah.
I'm a bit clumsy.
No, but hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to walk. You wouldn't be able to pick up that first shoe and put on your foot. You wouldn't have been able to pick up that first sock. You wouldn't have been able to tidy your first room, or tidy your first lunchbox, or tidy your first anything, your locker, whatever it was. Hand-eye coordination. That is the most experienced skill that we have, but we overlook it. And too many times we're jumbling things around in our head.
Yeah.
How experienced really are we at jumbling things around in our head? If you ask yourself honestly,
Quite a lot.
can I really juggle very well in terms of 15 things that I'm trying to juggle right now, and then catch them all and send them back and then catch them at the right time? The answer will probably be no.
No.
Joke thing. Yeah? It's not possible. So the best thing to do is stop putting ourselves in positions where we're not actually skilled to handle, we're not skilled to deal with. If we put them down on paper, yeah, and then we put it one day and we put one day, so when are we going to do that? Tomorrow, next year, next month, next 5 years time, do it, and we put them down. Then you look at them and you're like, no, but if you did that, then why would you do that? No, let me move that there and then do that first, because then, same way, how much times have we gone into our house, we sort this out, we fix that up, and we stand back and go, why are you putting the chair there? And the person needs to sit on that side. You understand what I mean? Okay? So, yeah, I'm speaking to Ronald.